Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Before we proceed with our analysis, I want us to listen to William Ruto, for he was in Kirinyaga today and he made some remarks. Very interesting remarks. Listen to this.
So our competitors must know that we have a different approach. Them, they are subsidizing consumption as we are going to invest in production. It is a world of a difference. And we are going to teach them agricultural economics. Ndio wataelewa. Wao ndio wametusukuma kwa miaka 4 mpaka unga ikatoka shilingi 100 mpaka ikafika 230. And it's a process of 4 years. Kwa sababu walikwamisha kwanza mambo ya mbolea. Kama unapatia mkulima mbolea kwa 7,000, unataka azalishe chakula kwa shilingi ngapi? Si lazima gharama ya unga itapanda. So
yes. Even before we dig deep into those remarks, William Ruto is deliberately using very big terms here to confuse the masses, to hoodwink the masses that he has got a solution to what Kenyans are currently going through. Our competitors are subsidizing consumption. For us, we are investing in production. Those are just empty rhetorics by William Ruto to hoodwink unsuspecting Kenyans. The truth of the matter is that subsidies are things that are applied all over the world. And even in some developed countries, they do subsidize on behalf of their citizens. Ruto here is just taking Kenyans for a ride. Let's dig deep, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. William Ruto is blaming Raila Odinga for the high cost of living. And is using a very nice term, our competitors. And that's very interesting because William Ruto is now the president, the head of government, somebody who represents Kenya. So, who are these Kenya's competitors? Is it Raila Odinga or our neighboring countries, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, who should be seen as Kenya's competitors? Yes. In this video, I want us to put those remarks by William Ruto into perspective to see what they mean politically and what they show us about William Ruto's 30 days in office. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Number 1, William Ruto is still on a campaign mood. He is still on the campaign trail. He is just campaigning for 2027. That's the first thing I'm seeing here. Ruto is forgetting that he's now the president. Kenyans want him to deliver. But from his remarks, he is still on a campaign mode. He is still campaigning. Secondly, William Ruto is evoking the political divides that exist in Kenya to justify his underperformance. Because he knows that if he says it's our competitors, then he knows Kenyans are going to take some political camps. So those who are in his camps are just going to defend him because he is evoking that political divide. William Ruto is clever here. He knows that Kenyans are politically naive and will defend an unperforming government simply because that's a government perceived to be theirs. William Ruto is exploiting that loophole. He is exploiting that political divide that exists among Kenyans. He knows that by saying our competitors, some people will automatically come to his defense to justify why he is not performing or why he's performing. And then thirdly, William Ruto is looking for an scapegoat. And that has been largely William Ruto's style and brand of politics. Always finding people to blame. Immediately they were sworn in, they were saying the coffers, they found an empty an empty treasury. That was the excuse. And that was proved to be a lie. Yes. And now, 30 days in office, they are saying that the high cost of living is because of Raila Odinga. Ruto is just trying to look for an scapegoat, for an excuse in Raila Odinga. And then fourthly, I'm seeing a William Ruto who is giving new promises and false hopes to the hustlers. When he was campaigning, he was saying that immediately was to be sworn in, akiweka Biblia chini, unga was to be 70 bob per pack. And he was saying that, knowing fully well the way the situation was, because he was the deputy president. He was part of the government. He made it very clear to Kenyans that immediately was to be sworn in, unga was to be 70 bob per pack, per 2 kg pack. Now that he has failed to deliver, he is just trying to give false hopes and promises to Kenyans again, not knowing that already he has failed to deliver. And any person who is still taking William Ruto seriously, that's a person who should go maybe to a mental hospital. These are the same promises and the fake promises William Ruto gave to Kenyans when he was campaigning. And it's interesting that he's still giving fake promises. That I want to teach you agricultural what? Those are just false hopes which will never be realized, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I'm seeing a William Ruto who is myopic in reasoning here. In that for him to actually push this country to the next level economically, Ruto should not be only thinking locally. Raila cannot be Kenya's competitor. If William Ruto wants to push this country to the next economic level, then he should be seeing Kenya's competitors as maybe Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, these neighboring countries that are competing economically with Kenya. Not a single individual in Raila Odinga. Ruto should come out of that myopic reasoning. Just seeing things locally. Let him think outside of the box to see who are the real Kenyan competitors. I believe that those are the reasons that best explains those remarks by William Samoei Ruto. And even before I conclude, I've always maintained here that William Ruto, for the way William Ruto started off his rule, is almost very certain and very clear. And this is something I always say, William Ruto is not going to deliver. Ruto's government will most likely not deliver. So I'm seeing a William Ruto who has already started exploiting the ethnic and the political divides that divides Kenyan communities. our competitors. When he was campaigning, he was saying, wale watu wa kurusha mawe. Ruto should know he's the president. His word should bring the country together. He should now not use such kind of stereotyping or such kind of divisive language and even words. Because if you dig deeply into those remarks, William Ruto is just aiming at you exploiting the ethnic and political divides for him not to offer or rather to fulfill his promises to Kenyans. That's exactly what is happening here. Yeah, that's what is happening here. Here. Ruto should know he's the president now. He should deliver. No excuses. Mr. President, deliver. You are now the president. You have members majority in Parliament, National Assembly, and in the Senate. Nothing stops you from delivering. Deliver to Kenyans. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. But just as I did indicate when we were starting, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person who wants to have a chat discussion with me, or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to send a contribution or a donation to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.